Everyone loves winning. But here's the plot twist. Sometimes it's much better to be the loser than the winner. But wait, then why does everyone hate losing so much? Because we see losing as a synonym of suffering, and our brain hates suffering much more than it loves pleasure. Then why do I say that losing is sometimes the best outcome? The facts are, losing makes you much stronger than winning does. Winning gives you short-term motivation, which is great, but losing gives you long-term discipline and resilience, which is much better. But the thing is, you rarely see someone who lost a competition jumping with joy. Why is that? That's because losing is just hard to cope with. We rarely approach our competition or challenges with the attitude of wanting to lose. In most cases, we hope that we'll win, at least partly, and if not, we simply just don't accept the challenge. But actually, our fear of losing in most cases is just irrational. Losing feels bad, but that's just it. The strongest people are the people who struggled the most, not the people who didn't even try. And therefore, they are the people who went through the most losses, disappointments and failures of their actions. Losing is beneficial for us to 1. Build resilience, and 2. To become better. I mean, it's obvious that losing teaches us more than winning does. Short-term winners have it easy, but in the end, losers are the long-term winners. They are being fueled not by pure motivation, but by what the defeats taught them. They lost very many battles, so now they are the ones to endure and win the war. Those who always win at the beginning often can't handle the bitterness of defeat. And so, the moment they stop winning is the moment they lose the drive and stop grinding. Don't be like them, bro. Our defeats, obstacles and problems can crush us, but if we face them with resilience and don't give up afterwards, they are what builds our way to our goals. We are made of our scars. I mean, even Marcus Aurelius talked about how our obstacles are what builds us. Our inward power, when it obeys nature, reacts to events by accommodating itself to what it faces, to what is possible. It needs no specific material. It pursues its own aims as circumstances allow. It turns obstacles into fuel. As a fire overwhelms what would have quenched a lamp, what's thrown on top of the conflagration is absorbed, consumed by it, and makes it burn still higher. I'm Polish, and that's one of the toughest lines I've ever said in English, to be honest. If you appreciate the effort, don't be shy. Go and slash that subscribe button into a million pieces. A like or comment would also be nice. I appreciate it. Thanks. Losing highlights our incompetence and sometimes makes us believe that we'll never become good at a certain thing. What can I say? It can really crush our self-esteem. But if we survive those crushes, they become the stairs to our greatness. Look at Michael Jordan. Bro is considered by many the best basketball player in the world, and yet he was rejected by his high school basketball team in his youth. He could have given up, thinking that he just isn't made for this sport, but instead, he literally became motivated by his negative emotions from that event. He didn't let his resentment put him down, but instead, he turned it into the fire that motivated him to train even harder than most people, and in the end, caused him to succeed. Of course, don't hate people. Don't let yourself be motivated by hate towards people. It's a bad method. Success isn't worth it if it makes you worse as a human being. Be angry, but let it be mature, controlled anger that you'll use to change the world for the better. Not the anger that consumes you, so that you can put down those who put you down earlier. That's a childish and immature thing. Regardless if you're a Christian or not, I think the most mature thing to do is to love your enemies. Literally, as Jesus said. This is righteousness. We shouldn't really get that sad because of our losses. They are what makes us who we are. Short-term winners rely on motivation from winning, but losers are the ones who know how to make themselves motivated despite the pain. Motivation is strong, but what we need is motivation plus discipline. Of course, it's not like I'm perfect. I consider myself a very strong person, but even I sometimes feel extremely down with my losses. And when it comes to motivation, even I sometimes get very much motivated by hate. We all fail, but we can't let failure change us for the worse. Hate towards people is never good, even if it motivates you. It's a bit personal, but to be honest, I always was and still am a very resentful person. That's partly because I'm very emotional, but I am working on it. We should be motivated more by love than by hate. This is how we grow. And if you're a Christian, you have even more reasons to feel motivated by your losses. God makes us stronger through our struggle. I'm not that strong yet, but perhaps we should even feel grateful to God for what goes not as we've planned in life. Your scenario for your life is not perfect, but His scenario for your life is. And to everyone, of course, what I said in this video is very much a motivational stuff. How you use it depends on you. It's a different thing to hear these words, and it's a different thing to put them into practice. And as you already know, I myself also have trouble practicing it sometimes. We are not perfect, but we can all grow. If you liked this video, I think you'll also like this one. It's about how our happiness isn't dependent on our success. Sure, it feels good to be successful, but we can actually live a good life without it. Thanks for your time. Growth is our duty. Bye.